to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Okay, we'll move on to item number 3, public comments and announcements. Do we have any from the audience? Anybody wish to say anything? Anybody on the board wish to say anything? Oh, I'm sorry. Come up front, give us your name, please.
My name is William Honus. I live at 5906 Laguna Circle North, right around the corner from the subject discussion today. And it's interesting to me, in just this year alone, 2 houses down from me, they put a pool in their backyard. They could just fit it in directly across from where I live, across the waterway. They just now are in the process of putting a pool in. Again, just could wedge it in. And when I look at this particular property, there is no place to put anything in the backyard, as they call it. The only place is the one on the side. So I read this thing over the variance, and I finally figured out it's because it's on a side as opposed to the back. Is that what the variance is looking for?
We're going to bring this up.
Excuse me, is this about the item on the agenda?
Yes.
Oh, we haven't called for public announcements on it. Can you just hang on just a minute or two and we'll get to that?
I apologize.
I'm sorry. Okay, do we have any other public comments on any other issues? None. Hearing none, we'll close item number 3, move on to our regular agenda. The first item on there is discussion and action to approve the minutes of the June 7th, 2022 regular meeting. Do we have any discussion on that item? I know there were some issues on the voting that has been clarified. Chris has found another issue with the adjournment, which is Marta's going to take care of. Are there any additional comments, questions?
Make a motion to approve with the changes that were brought up this morning.
Second?
We have a motion and a second. Any discussion? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Please raise your hand. We're going to raise our hands so there's no more discussions on these things. Make sure everybody gets their vote counted accurately. Okay, motion is approved. Okay, moving on to item 4.2, public hearing to discuss the request by Matt Weisenbaker, property owner, for a variance from Chapter 20, zoning, Section 20-13 setback, area special regulations and uses. A, setbacks area not to be used of the city's code of ordinances. The applicant is requesting to install a swimming pool on the east side of an existing home that will be encroaching into the front and side yard setback located at 217 West Sunset Drive, Lot 1, Block 198, Fiesta Isle Subdivision, Padre Beach, Section 12, I believe. Okay, so now anybody in the audience, well, first of all, let's talk to Alex and see what we got. So Alex, give us your report, please.
Good morning, Alex Sanchez, Public Works Director. This pool is going to encroach into the front and the side setbacks. And this, we're only talking about the front and side setbacks, not if it's in the side or in the front. So if I can have the overhead, please. So if you look at the design right now, the front setback's going to encroach about, I don't have any dimensions, but I kind of did a scale, and it's about 3 inches. On the 5-foot setback, it's going to be around 3 feet. It's going to be encroaching at the most. So that's what they're proposing and how much is going to encroach into the front and side setbacks.
So there's a 3-foot request on the side setback?
Yes,
Or are they encroaching 3 feet into the 5, so there's only 2 feet left?
right.
Okay.
And in the front,
It's like, with a scale, it looked like 3 inches, but I don't have any dimensions from the designer.
okay. So the main concern is the side and the front. There's no other issues on setbacks, correct?
There's no other issues on setbacks,
Okay.
no, sir.
Anything else, Alex?
No, that's it.
Okay, thank you.
Yeah,
didn't care that they changed.
Okay, now we'll open up for the public to come up and speak. So anybody wants to speak for or against, come up and state your name.
I don't know if everybody.
For or against,
William
sir?
Honus,
You going to speak for or against?
for approval of the variance.
Okay, go ahead. And your name?
William Honus, I live at 5906 Laguna Circle North, which is just around the corner from the subject property. And as I was stating earlier, it seems like everyone that has a spot anywhere that they can put it, they're putting pools in now. It's getting pretty warm out there. So the only opportunity they have to do is to put it on the side. There is no room to put one. So I would think it makes sense to permit it. I don't see how it affects negatively to anyone. Any questions?
Okay,
Thank you.
thank you, sir. Anybody else?
Yeah, I am Matt Weisenbaker, by the way. It's my wife, Mary Helen. We would love to be able to put the pool in the back, but we just don't have a backyard. It's a big pie-shaped lot. So the only option we have is to put it on the side of the house.
Oh.
Yeah, like I said, it's a big pie shape, and we have a back patio that comes out from the top that actually is almost all the way to the bulkhead. It would actually be nice if we could put it in the back because we could look down the canal, but the only place that we can actually get a pool in of any size whatsoever is on the side. And then the yard is really big in the front, so it just continues to go out, further and further. Also, too, I'd like to point out is that the property line and the fence is actually not the same. So our fence is on the property line between a foot to almost 2 feet up at the front. So that makes a little bit of a difference.
I'm sorry, you say the fence is not on the property line?
The fence between the two properties is actually not on the property line. It's over about between a foot, almost 2 feet up towards the front as it gains onto our property. So I think it's a little bit off either way. You see that?
Well, your fence isn't supposed to be on the property line. It's supposed to be in 2 feet, or whatever it is, so,
1.5 feet.
yeah.
This is what he's saying, that's a fence right there.
Give or take. I think it's a,
Yeah, that's where it's supposed to be.
But the fence is irrelevant of the encroachment, right?
Right.
Okay.
I was just pointing it out. Yeah. Well,
You have a better drawing than I do. Better.
no, that's pretty much the one. Got it 3 foot, 3 inches for the original design.
Well, that's what I scaled it, but I didn't have that.
Yeah.
I don't really want to show it.
Purpose of the setback is to allow emergency people through and, or if there's any electrical lines and, right?
Okay, do you have anything else to add?
Is the topic of discussion being able to build it on the side, or is it an encroachment of the building lines? Or is it both?
It's an encroachment on the building.
Okay.
Okay, yeah, the issue on the table is the encroachment. Anything else is handled through the
Okay.
building department
Okay.
or another request. Okay, well, thank you.
Thank you.
With that, we will close the public discussions and go to 4.3, discussion and action to discuss a request by Matt Weisenbaker, property owner, for a variance from Chapter 20, zoning Section 20-13, setback area, special regulations and uses. A, setbacks area not to be used of the city's code of ordinances. The applicant is requesting to install a swimming pool on the east side of an existing home that will be encroaching into the front and side yard setback located at 217 West Sunset Drive, Lot 1, Block 198, Fiesta Isle subdivision, Padre Beach, Section 12. Okay, anybody have any discussion?
Well, the issue with the front setback, I mean, that's almost a no-brainer. That's, if it's 3 inches or what it ever measures to, I mean, we could cure that. That's real simple. So I guess what I'm saying is, I think our biggest issue is the side yard setbacks. And looking at your design and the lay of the land, I don't see I don't see how you could make this work and still have a, viable pool other than having a dipping pool.
Yeah, we actually had them do a redesign.
Well, have you considered other alternative designs?
Yeah, absolutely. You can see this one here, we just had them redesign it. They did the design and sent it to us, and we're like, man, that looks great. And then we're here, so. And when we got the notification about the meeting, we said, hey, guys, can you do a little redesign to where it doesn't encroach on the easement? We're fine either way.
What'd they come up with?
This right here.
Right there. They cut the 2 points off and just went straight across.
Is that,
That's not on our thing.
that's not on there?
Yeah, it's not on the agenda.
They just sent us that. When they sent us that.
Okay.
And
Can that be, Alex, can that be enlarged? Can you, with our little machine?
This one here actually clears all of the setbacks here.
Well, Alex, what's that, the big width dimension there? Can you give us read the dimensions? I can't read them.
I believe it says 21.6. Yes,
21.6
yes, sir.
versus 22.6.
And on the smaller section, it looks like 7.6.
And that design, that meets our standard. Okay.
Yes, sir.
Is that a design you could live with?
Yes, sir.
That's all I gotta say.
It seems to me they already have a solution. In the past, we've had similar
Yes.
cases come up where people wanted to encroach upon the setbacks for pools, and we've consistently decided against that to maintain the integrity of the setbacks. And it seems like in this case, they already have their solution.
Done our job, done the job for us.
Okay, do we have any further discussion from the board, or do we have a motion?
I will make a motion to deny as it is here and allow them to go ahead with their alternate plan.
Do we have a second?
I'll second.
We have a second. Okay, any further discussion before we vote? Hearing none, all in favor, raise your hand, say aye.
Aye.
All opposed, raise their hand. Seeing none, any abstains? Seeing none, motion is approved.
Thank you, guys.
Thank you.
Okay. And let me get back here. That's the worst part of the thing, is it takes a while to jump back and forth. Okay, moving to item 5, which is adjourn. Thanks you, everyone.